Are you bold with your goals or playing small? Now, this is the starting point of everything. What we want to achieve from that year, that quarter, whatever it is basically going to dictate what is possible for us or not, what we're opening ourselves up for, or what we're closing ourselves down to. And that is why this is so important, because this is the first step. And then we base everything off the back of this. So, one thing I notice with my clients, with lots of female entrepreneurs that I speak to, is that, and this was me too, we tend to not allow ourselves to dream big. We tend to want all these things, but never allow ourselves to go after it. We tend to we don't deliberately go and play small, but we want to pick goals we think we can achieve, or we want to pick goals that are a little bit better than last year. We believe we can only achieve incremental success, incremental growth, right? But by doing that, we're cutting off the possibility of any more. So that is why the first thing I do with my clients, my one-to-one clients and my unstoppable clients, is challenge them. I challenge them to create big goals. I call them breakthrough goals, because we don't want to cut ourselves off from all the things that we want to achieve in life. We don't want to cut off the possibility. Bob Proctor always talked about goals. The whole reason we create a goal is for growth. It's for us to become the next level us. It's for us to become someone new, someone different. So when we only pick an incremental goal, something that's just a little bit bigger than before, then we're barely going to grow. We're barely going to change. Yet we want our lives to change. We want all these things to happen in our lives. We want our income to blow up. We want our business to blow up. We want more impact. We want to help and serve more clients. But what got us here won't get us there. Okay. So our life, our business, our results is a reflection of our mind, of what is going on inside of us. It's a projection of who we think we are, what we think is possible, how we think, how we feel, and how we act. That is where we are right now. So if we want a big change in our results, we have to become someone different. We have to become someone new, because if we continue doing the same things, we're going to continue getting the same results. If we continue thinking in the same way, we're going to continue to come up against the same limitations, right? If we don't overcome our limiting beliefs about business, success, money, the money blocks, the hidden success blocks that are in our subconscious minds, if we don't overcome that, we're going to continue to meet the same roadblocks, get the same challenges, because we're not learning our lessons. We're not overcoming it. It's like a video game where you don't complete that level and you're able to move on to the next level. So we're just doing the same level over and over and over and over again. And we end up getting frustrated, because our whole existence is about growth and expansion. That's why we're here, to grow, expand, to become more. And you see this in life. You see this in nature. Nothing holds nature back from growing and expanding. And we have that same life force coming through us, which is why we have desires, which is why we want things. The things that we desire are supposed to be ours. We're supposed to have the things that we want. So where does the problem lie? Why are we cutting off our dreams? Why aren't we allowing ourselves to even attempt to go after those things? Well, first of all, we've been conditioned through society, from family, with old beliefs, old conditioning, that we should be really grateful and appreciate what we have. And that's kind of it. Now, I agree. We need to appreciate where we are. We need to be grateful for what we have. But that doesn't mean we can't go to the next level. That doesn't mean there isn't more for us to achieve, more for us to experience, more for us to feel, right? More for us to have. So we almost feel like it's greedy, like we don't give ourselves permission. We feel like we're doing something wrong. We feel like we're being bad by wanting to achieve something great. We almost feel guilty and shameful and embarrassed about it. There's so many limiting beliefs around people with money, and money is the root of all evil, right? People with money are greedy. All of these things. So subconsciously, we already have a block about the amount of success that we want to achieve, because we think that people are going to start rejecting us, blaming and shaming us, judging us, because we want to do better for ourselves, because we want this better life. Especially if we carry a subconscious belief that will be from generations before us, probably it's passed on from our family, and we might not even be aware of it, right? Because all these things are subconscious. But if we have that belief that money is greedy, we will always self-sabotage. We're never going to allow ourselves. And the first point of self-sabotage could be this point where we just set small goals because we feel like we're going to be greedy if we set big goals and we achieve it, right? We're going to get rejected. We're going to get judged and shamed. So that's one reason. So another reason, we feel like an imposter. Who the hell am I to be daring to have a goal this big? Who am I? Right? We don't feel worthy of it. We don't feel deserving of it. And again, all this is conditioning. Every single one of us is made of the same stuff. We are born with the same amount of power. Now, we don't believe that because of conditioning, because of our subconscious programming. We always think that person's got that. It's easier for them because they were born into money. It's easier for that person because they come from a family of entrepreneurs and they were conditioned with a success mindset. It's easier for that person. It's easier for that person. It's hard for me. When the reality is we've all got the same mind, right? It's programmed differently. So we're all having a completely different experience and we are unique. Nearly 8 billion people on this planet and there's not one person like you, which makes you unique. It makes you damn special. And it makes you able, only you, able to do the things you do well in the way that you do it, which is going to be right for some people who are just going to be looking for that. So we're all born with the same mind. It's programmed differently, but we are all born with the same mechanism, the same ability to control our mind to create a new experience, right? So any one of us right now can change our reality. We can shift our circumstances. We can become someone new. We can override our paradigm, our subconscious program, and we can completely transform the results we're getting in our business and in our life. Any one of us, we all have the same power. Okay. So when we're sat there thinking, I'm an imposter, I can't do it. Who am I to be thinking this? Just be aware that that is just a program that's running on in your mind. And because we all have this same power, the best thing about all of this is whatever is running in your subconscious mind, whatever's controlling you, and this is a whole series of other conversations, and you can listen into the podcast to hear these. Because whatever is running on in that program is, we can replace it. Whatever it is, we can replace it. We've been given this incredible mind to create our future, to create our destiny, to create our life experience. We live everything through our mind, everything. We make everything 10 times worse than it is because of our mind, right? We create drama that isn't there. We even all the good stuff, we replay it over and over again in our mind, all the amazing memories, all the things we cherish. So we can even compound gratitude, happiness, joy, and the amazing things that are in our life. We tend to do it the other way around. We tend to compound the negativity. We tend to compound the stress and the fear and the doubt. So this is why we all really need to learn to use our minds. But again, that is another conversation. That is a whole year's worth of coaching and training. So we don't feel we deserve it. We don't feel good enough. So what happens? We don't even get started. We set a small goal or we don't set any goal. We just bumble on with the vague goal that we want our business to grow this year. Right? So how can we ever achieve that life that we've had glimpses of, the life that we see in our visualizations, the life that we dream about, the life that when we're watching these programs on the television and we're just like, I love that. I want that. I'd love to live in that house. I'd love to have those cars. I'd love to be able to travel like they do. I want to fly first class. I want to fly private. I would love to be able to help in that way. I'd love to be able to do work around or create my own foundation, help charities, do all these things. I would love to be able to do all of this. But then we set really tiny goals that aren't going to allow us to achieve that. So what we do is we decide that it's just not possible for us. We can't have it. We doubt ourselves. We doubt our ability to get it, to achieve it. So because we doubt it, we don't even let ourselves take that first step out of the gate. Now, what a waste is that? Right? Why not even try? Why wouldn't we just give it a go without making the result mean anything about us and about our worth and about our value? If it doesn't work, not making that mean we're a failure. In fact, it makes us a bloody success for even getting out the gate and trying when most of the population won't, because it means we have to get uncomfortable. It means we have to do bold things. If we have to become someone else to achieve these big things, it's going to feel uncomfortable. There's going to be discomfort. The subconscious program is going to be pulling you back. Stay safe, stay stuck, stay with what you know. Start the diet on Monday. You know the story. You know how it goes, right? You start the diet, and then by Thursday or Friday, you're down the pub having a wine, having chips, all the rest of it, because the program has such control over you, the paradigm. So, does any of this resonate? Does any of this resonate at all? I would love to know. Let me know in the comments, even if you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments what if this is resonating with you. Are you going for it? Are you going for it the maximum you could ever go for it? Or are you resistant? Do you want something so much bigger, but you really doubt? That doubt is crippling. The fear is crippling. Like, what's going on? Let me know in the comments. I know I have a bit of a delay on in the group, and I'm looking at live StreamYard now. I can only see the comments in the group. So I will wait for these to pop in. So what a shame, hey? So this is why with my clients, my unstoppable clients, my one-to-one clients, this is why we really, really focus in on this. In fact, in Unstoppable, the program, we spend a whole week looking at what we want and actually giving ourselves, I challenge my clients to think about what they want and let themselves think about it, give themselves permission in all areas of life. Because we only have one shot at this life, right? So why are we wasting time? Why are we not going for it? Why are we not allowing ourselves to have the things that we want? Why are we sat at home being frustrated, living the same day over and over and over, when we could go change that? We could go out and completely, radically change it. It involves getting out of our comfort zone. It involves being brave and courageous, but we can do it. And the option is ours. So when we realize that actually we have this mind that can help us achieve anything, then isn't it worth taking that step, creating that goal that's a little bit bigger, not a little bit bigger, a breakthrough goal, something that's going to wow you, something that's going to get you out of bed in the morning, something that's going to make you become someone else in the process of achieving it, in the journey to holding it in your hand, right? You want to become someone else. The thrill, the fulfillment, the joy. We need to grow. We want to grow. So when you talk about sort of manifestation and law of attraction, and how does this come into this then? So when we talk about manifestation, the thing that gets most entrepreneurs stuck with this, with setting these goals, is they immediately go, how your subconscious, if I said to you, right, set a goal, and you said, well, I'd really love to make 50K a month. Cool. And if you really, really doubted it, the first thing your subconscious mind is going to ask, how do I do that? Or you're going to ask, how do I do that? It's the first thought you're going to have, 50K a month, but how do I do it? And your subconscious goes, you can't. And you go, okay, you can't. So you will have that sort of subconscious dialogue going on. And then the decision's made, it's impossible. Boom. So those of you that follow me know that with manifestation, with using law of attraction in business, there's your steps are the what and the why. That's what you need to focus on. What do I want and why do I want it? It's not, and you want to go deep with it. You want to really understand what are your motives behind all of this? What are your values behind this? What do you want and why do you want it? Okay. You want leverage. You want a ripple effect. You want something that's compelling, something that's going to drive you forward, something that is going to just make you willing to become that next version. The universe job is the how. But in between that, you need to become that version of you. You need to embody that version of you, right? So, but the problem is, to say there's 4 steps then, or the what and the why, step number 1. Step number 2, you need to become the version of you that's already achieved it. Step number 3 is letting go of the how, taking inspired action, but leaving the how to the universe. What happens is most people get stuck on the how. The first thing they do is ask the how, they decide they can't do it, then they don't go forward, as I just said, right? But that's not even your job. Your job is the what and the why, but you're not even doing the what and the why, because you're immediately going, okay, well, I've picked this, like this vague goal, this random goal. I can't do it. So I don't even know how to do it. So I'm not even going to try. So you don't even get to the why part. You don't even get to the why this would mean the absolute world for you. You don't even get to the part where you're giving it leverage, where you're making it powerful, where you're making it compelling, where you're turning it into your North Star that's going to guide you, that's going to pull you through, that's going to draw you to what you want. Right. So if your job is only to leave the how alone, the how comes on the way, the how comes through inspiration, through ideas, but we have to leave ourselves open to it, because if you're saying it's not going to happen and you're not even trying, then the door's closed. But what if you could just set these breakthrough goals, understand completely and truly and deeply why you want it, why it's important to you, if you really want it, and then leave the how alone. Let the how come to you. And then your next job is the becoming. And that's what I can help you with. That's what I help my clients do. I help them. I even help them with the what and the why. I can't decide that for them, but I give them guides with questions where they can really pull out all of the answers. They can go in a lot of depth and detail to uncover what it is that they really want. I don't know about you, but I reached the age that I'm at. And before I started this work, I didn't have a clue what I wanted. My kids at the time were probably around 10, and I hadn't thought about myself in 10 years. So I had no idea what I wanted. So doing this work was really powerful, because it actually made me, and it felt quite hard. It felt challenging to allow myself to think about what I wanted. Scary stuff, right? We don't even let ourselves. We put everyone else first. And then we wonder why we're not happy and fulfilled in our lives, because we've told ourselves we're not allowed to be, that it's for everyone else. We have to live for everyone else and look after everyone else in our family. So this work's really powerful. And then I help them become that version. I help them identify who it is they need to become to hit that breakthrough goal, whatever it is, whatever goal it is, however crazy, however impossible. I help them identify who that version is of them. I give them the tools to help them do it themselves. And then we spend months fine tuning that, how they embody that version, so that they start showing up as her. So they start thinking like her, feeling like her, acting like her, doing the things in their business that this new version would be doing. And this is how we close the gap. And as we do this, as we move into that embodying the new version of us, that's when the ideas come. That's when the how comes. That's when the strategy piece reveals itself. It comes bit by bit. It comes step by step. We follow the breadcrumbs, but it involves a hell of a lot of trust and faith in an unseen process, in knowing that our goal is being fulfilled, that all we need to do is just become this version of us, stay in alignment. And again, that's what I help people with. That's what I can help all my clients with, is the trust and the faith. This comes through studying ourselves, through studying this material, through understanding the process, through following a step-by-step system. So what I would love to challenge you for today, it's gone on a tiny bit longer than I wanted, typical. So what I would love to challenge you to today is to ask yourself, what would I want if doubt, if wondering how, and if your own assumptions and beliefs around what's possible for you, what's possible in business, what's possible with money, get rid of all of that. If all of that was completely removed and wasn't a factor in this at all, what would you want? What would you love to have in your personal life, in your health, in your relationships, in your business, in your income? What would you love? What do you look at others and wish you had? And then secretly to pretend to yourself that you didn't want it anyway. What are those things? What do you see on the TV that you wish you had, that you'd love to have, that you just feel would be fun to have? Be honest with yourself. What do you want? Let yourself want it. Give yourself permission to want what you want. It's not greedy. It's life. We're here to live the fullest, most expansive, most abundant life. We can't do that if we don't even let ourselves go through that first step. So what is it? What are the things you always wanted but told yourself was never going to be possible for you? You told yourself you couldn't have. What are those things? Let yourself sit in it. feel how good it would feel to have it. Imagine yourself as that person who has it. Your soul knows, your heart knows. Your soul's pulling you forward. It wants you to live this life. It wants you to have the things that you want. That's why you're here. Your desires are supposed to be yours. You wouldn't want them otherwise. You're meant to have them. So for you to live this incredible life, for you to have everything that you want, what would your business goals then be? What would your income goals then be to provide this for you? This is where we want to be going with our income goals. This is where we want to be going with our business goals. We want to create breakthrough goals that will create an absolute breakthrough in our business, in our income, in our lifestyle, in our family's lifestyle. Because then all you need to do is become that version of you that already has it. And I have tools and strategies and a step-by-step process that you can follow to do just that. So you just need to reach out to me if you want support with that. But the biggest thing from today is that I just want you to think about that. Let yourself dream. Let yourself set crazy asked goals. Don't feel they have to be realistic. I know we were taught SMART goals, but SMART goals don't take into account law of attraction. And our effort is minuscule compared to what the universe can do for us. Why have incremental growth if you can make a quantum leap? Why would we want that? Why waste decades of your life trying to do something bit by bit when you can transform your life in a really short time? Why would we do that? So I hope this speaks to you today. I hope this has given you something to think about. I hope it's helped, maybe shifted some beliefs, some perceptions. Again, if you're not watching this in the group and you want to join the group and you want to listen to more of this stuff, then I'll drop the links in the comment. I'd love to have you, female entrepreneurs who are ready to get to their next level in business, in income, in life, ready to make quantum leaps and huge transformations, ready to go all in. Definitely resonating, Kirsty. I haven't been taking the right steps. The same day scenario is very true. It's easy to think things are not working or can't find that breakthrough and slip into bad habits. Absolutely. That's the program we've got. If we're operating from a mind that's 95% subconscious, then that is taking over everything. And if we haven't upgraded the program, if we haven't done the belief work, the self-image work, if we haven't done any of this mindset work, then we're always going to revert back to the old. Always, always, always. There's no other way. It's automatic. It's habitual. It's unconscious. Like we don't stand a chance, right? Unless we do this work. So really good. Thanks, Kirsty. You are so welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I will look forward to coming on again and talking to you real soon.